For those who might not be familiar with your work and your role in Marvel in the past, can you give a quick bio of yourself and an introduction to your place in this giant tapestry we call Marvel?
Well, my place in the giant tapestry we call Marvel has actually been to keep track of the giant tapestry that is called Marvel. I grew up reading Marvel Comics in the Silver Age, and in the late 70s I moved to New York City. I started meeting people. For first person Marvel pros I met were Chris Claremont and his first wife, who were impressed with the letters I was writing to the X-Men.
Nice.
And from there I got to meet other people, including the late Mark Grunwald, who brought me on, who, knowing my interest in comics history, brought me on board to work on the official handbook of the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
And I worked on all the different versions of that through the 80s. And at one point in the 80s, I was an assistant editor on books like X-Men and Star Wars. And I eventually became the first Marvel archivist.
Nice.
For all I know, the only Marvel archivist. But I was in the library room, and I was in charge of the books and in keeping track of continuity. And eventually, by the 90s, I was starting to write books about Marvel, starting with Marvel Universe for Abrams. And so there's something like a dozen or more books out there which I've written about Marvel or I've contributed to them, or they're reprints of things like the handbook that I've written. Yeah. And I also wrote a series called the Marvel Saga about Marvel, which I hope someday they will bring back.
I would love to see that.
So yeah, keeping track of comics history in general and Marvel in particular, this has been my life and career and my vocation.